To the point, formative, entertaining, and protecting the Second Amendment. Welcome back to Elster's Rifles and Reloading and the assembly and setup of the FX120i lab scale with the AUTOTRICKLER.com V3 unit combination, which includes the trickler and powder drop with Bluetooth connectivity. And this is going to be awesome. Enough of the BS talk, let's get this going. Now I hooked up with both the A&D FX120i lab scale and the AUTOTRICKLER V3 combination package from Data Weighing Systems. And you can either call them at this 1-800-750-6842 or email them to get a quote on how much this combination package costs. And I did a fair amount of research and they seem to be the lowest price out on the web, and they're very easy to get along with. I actually called them and they sent me an email invoice. I could double check everything. Let me show you my actual invoice here. So that you got the actual FX120i item number here and the A-Trick Combo ADV3, which is the AUTOTRICKLER V3 unit itself. And they threw in 100, it's not grain, but gram calibration weight. And with tax and shipping, that was a little over $1,000. And like I said, you can either call them or email them to get a quote. Just double check everything on there, the part numbers, your shipping address, obviously the price. And then I just called them with a credit card number, placed my order, and no joke, within 2 days, it was sitting on my front doorstep. And here is the actual emailed invoice that they sent me. So the FX120i was $475, the A-Trick Combo V3 unit was $490, and the 100 gram calibration weight was nothing. You know, like I said, but with shipping and tax is a little over $1,000. And if you guys happen to miss it, about 3 videos ago, I did this live Q&A, this log 3 of the unboxing of the lab scale and the V3 combination unit. And if you're curious of how this box shows up to your front door, check out the description box below and I'll have a link to this video so you can check this out. Now just a quick overview of what comes to your front doorstep. Obviously you got the manual here. And what's really nice about this manual, it seems to be really concise and to the point. Everything's in color and it's very detailed. Now, something that really stood out to me, and you might want to pay close attention to this if you're interested in getting this device, is this app supports any modern Android or iOS mobile device with Bluetooth 4.0. So you better make sure it has at least those requirements if you plan on using the Bluetooth connectivity of this, because I was going to try and use my old iPad 2, but it only has Bluetooth 2.0, and I'm going to actually end up using my old iPhone that I had laying around. Not using it, might as well use it for this. It's an old iPhone 5 SE that actually has Bluetooth 4.0. So that's something to definitely keep in mind if you're interested in getting this combination package. Also, what I noticed, which I thought was rather interesting, if I can find it here, is the recommended objective is to reach the desired target within plus or minus 0.02 grains in 10 seconds, 19 out of 20 times. So that is why I'm going this route. And most likely I'll stop using my Charge Masters. You know, I was kicking around getting that RCBS Matchmaster. I just don't think it's going to be anywhere as accurate nor as fast as this setup for damn near the same price. Not exactly the same price. I think that Matchmaster is roughly about $800. But for roughly about an extra $200, you can get this setup, and I think it's going to be not only more accurate but faster. Now, just a quick go over the parts here. We got the belt or the pulley that attaches the motor to the trickler, and they give you a couple extra ones just in case this happens to break. You got the back leg for the trickler itself for major adjustments. You have the pan stop for the glass pan itself, and this is the updated V3 version. The original V3 version actually had a red hopper on that, so keep an eye out for that. And if you do call data weighing systems, you want to make sure that you get the most updated V3 model, because I think they stock both, don't quote me on this, but I think they have the original one that has the red hopper, which is actually a Lee hopper. And I personally would want to get the most updated one that has the larger and clearer hopper. And they also updated the base for the trickler, and they also updated the pan, which I believe was aluminum, and they switched this over to glass. And I think those are some good updates. Now, some other things that come in this package is a couple jumpers and an extra wiper. You don't need to use these right away, but I'd hold on to these just in case. There's 2 cables for connecting the actual FX120i scale itself to the powder drop and the scale to the trickler. That's what these 2 are for. Got obviously the glass pan, the trickler, which comes with the trickler tube, the powder drop assembly. There's also the tray. I believe that's what they call the tray, which is actually 2 parts. And this is actually, I think this is plastic. This actually isn't metal, but this part is metal. I think that is aluminum. They kicked in a 100-gram calibration weight. There's a circuit board here for making minor adjustments on the trickler, plus or minus. Obviously the hopper that I just went over with a clear hopper, and it's a larger hopper, and the power supply, and obviously the FX120i lab scale. Now, as for the enclosure itself, you got the enclosure top and the sides here, and here are the enclosure legs and the leg attachments to the top. Now, in the next part here, you're going to notice that there's some little tabs here on the left and the right that sit in these little notches here of the scale itself. Just so you know which is left and right, which is front to back. And the directions here on page 2 clearly say use only the rear and left side wind panels. Obviously, you don't want to put the front and the right in, because the trickler tube needs to come in through the right, and obviously you need to put your pan in through the front. But it says once you get this unit together, let's at least get these side legs in. Grab one out of the 4 panels. You notice the panels are a little bulged out on the top, thinner on the bottom. Just put them in the notch here. These only go on one way. Just like that. So port 1 goes to the trickler. And port 2 goes to the auto throw. And I'm sure I'm going to have to play around with this a little bit, but just to keep this cable out of the way, I think I'll just wrap this around maybe. I'm not sure. I'll have to play around with this, but at least for now, it should be good. Man, I definitely need to get this leveled out. Nice thing is there's a little bubble level here on the front where you can level this. This is like a little game with this little bubble level. No joke. You could make a game out of getting this bubble level. It's just perfect. Literally, I've been spending minutes on this thing. I think that's good enough. All right, so let's get this bad boy powered up here. All right, so it says to download the Trickler app. Done. Start the app. Done. And it says tap the large red button to start scanning. Multiple auto tricklers will be selectable by a unique ID. Refer to troubleshooting steps if electronics are not detected. So let's try this out here. Bluetooth is disabled. So let me make sure my Bluetooth is on. Bluetooth is connected. Scanning. Auto Trickler found. Connect. Connect. That is awesome. Let me get you a little bit closer here. All right, so next step is to press the start motor and ensure that the tube spins smoothly. So start motor. That's awesome. And the next step here is to press the cycle auto throw to ensure that the auto throw cycles smoothly. So cycle auto throw. Man, I could just do that all day long. Now, this was in the box, and it says scale configured for Auto Trickler already. See Auto Trickler for instructions for installation and connection. So there is a configuration guide here, but according to this scale is already configured for it. So let's just throw some powder in here and see what happens. All right, so I'm just going to throw some H4350 in here, and that's just a test run. You know, obviously I haven't even calibrated the machine yet, but this is just to test it out. I'm just curious to see what happens here. And obviously I need to play around with this and tweak it out and all that other good stuff. Get my bench up here a little bit. I'm gonna screw this out just a little bit. All right, so I'm just gonna center my pan, make sure I can catch this powder off the trickler and the hopper. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start this motor on the trickler just to make sure that there's some powder in the tube. And it looks like there is. So I'm going to take this out. You can see there's some powder in there. So I'm going to dump that back in the trickler. And I'm going to cycle this auto throw a couple times just to make sure that there's powder going through that auto throw. So that's 1, 2. Just make sure that it's throwing powder through the auto throw, so looking good there. And for initial setup, I think this looks pretty good. Obviously, I'm gonna have to tweak this out considerably. I got to get the pan stop in there. I gotta play with everything. It's gonna take me some time to get adjusted to this new scale and this whole new setup. And this is gonna be really exciting. All right, so I am just completely goofing around, just playing with this. Just set this up. I haven't even put in my pan stop here yet. I screwed this in a little bit so this wasn't so steep, and I adjusted it with the plus minus adjustment on the back. And I noticed, at least with one cycle throw, without touching anything, I even calibrated this thing. I'm just playing around. One cycle throw here. Is almost 25 grains. So let me dump that back in the hopper here. So let's try something like 27 grains. I've already set that in here. And I gotta make sure this is just right because I don't have my pan stop in here yet. So let's try this out. And it's at 20, well, right there, 27, right on the money. Now that was, you know, it's within 0.02, and that's insanely accurate. Now, obviously I need to play around with this a little bit more. I'm going to stop this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this back into the hopper, and I got to play around with this some more, get more familiarized with it. I am literally just goofing around right now, but let me try screwing this out just a little bit more. So this is a little bit more steep, probably something like that. And let's try that again. Make sure my pan is just right, because I don't have the stopper in there yet. That is awesome. I literally haven't even played with this thing more than 2-3 minutes, and it's in within 0.02 accuracy. That is insane. All right, so I am just goofing around here now. Like I said, I even had this for 5 minutes. I even calibrated this. I'm just playing around. I put in a real oddball number here, 26.81. So let's try this out. And it's 26.82 within 0.01. That is insane. Well, you can say I'm truly impressed. The fact that I just took this out of the box, assembled it, got it set up and running within 0.00, 0.01 grains of accuracy. That is insane. And I know I got a lot of homework cut out for me. I really need to read this manual. I need to learn how to get this truly calibrated with this 100-gram weight here, and do some more fine tuning, some more adjustment, really just playing around with it and trying to learn the system and see how it works. And I'm sure it's going to take me a week or two. And once I can play around with this a little bit more, I'm definitely going to get back with you guys with a true review. But at least you guys watch this live unboxing, and now in this video with the assembly initial setup, it's money well spent. Well, stay tuned to the next part of this series, more of a review. Once I've had a chance to use this for some time, probably won't see that video for probably 2 or 3 weeks. I truly want to know this system backwards and forwards in regards to getting it calibrated, reading the manual, you name it. It's going to take some time. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making this video for you guys. And if you guys did, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Hit that notification bell. Become a Patreon. It helps out more than you know. And I will see you guys in about 2 to 3 weeks with the review on this product.